Hey y'all, it's so vital and important that you spend time with God. First, you want to start off by praising and worshiping God. And you can get to a point where you're emotional and you're crying, or you could just get to a point where there is stillness and silence. But once you get to the point of stillness and silence, or if you're crying and you don't have anything else to say, God is in that presence. And sometimes it is important to have something to write with or some type of electronic device that you write with there with you. Because in that time, God can give you something to write down. Quick story, y'all. So yesterday I was in my office. I often spend time with God in my office, and I'm praying. I'm praising and worshiping. I get to the point where I'm crying. And then I just talk to God, and I'm keeping it real with God about my situation. And I'm like, God, if I am on the right path, show me a sign. Show me a sign. Like, that's how I talk to God. I keep it real with God. And I was about to have a client after that. And so I got myself together, sat with my client, did what I needed to do to service my client. And then I went back in my office and I sat. And God led me to a time where months ago I was in my office praising and worshiping Him, and He gave me a word and I written it down. And I went to put my laptop in my bag, and a piece of paper that was once folded that had got balled up was in my bag, and I opened it up, and it was a word from the Lord in that time. And as I began to read it, woo, Lord Jesus, it was the answer to what I was asking God. I was like, you know what, God, you something else, you something else. So I'm saying all this to say, be obedient to God. If God is ushering you to spend time with Him, spend the time. If God gives you something to write down, you may not understand what He's telling you to write down at the time, but at a later time, you're going to need those instructions. You're going to need those encouragement. You're going to need the people He told you to link with, or you're going to need the way to write the story that He told you to. You're going to need that information to get you to the next part of your story, your path. I want you to be encouraged, guys. I want you to be encouraged. Make sure you're praying, fasting, worshiping, and reading the word. And also, if God has put it in your heart to write things down, take notes, and often revisit them if you need to.